Greetings from hot and sweaty Los Angeles. It's well, not quite so hot anymore, but still a little warm. I am back home this evening, having a tasty, tasty beer. Left Hand Brewing Nitro Milk Stout. For those of you who are interested, really quite tasty. I think like the U.S. version of a Guinness. Maybe not quite as good, but pretty darn good. Managed to bust some rig work out today. Essentially rewiring the primary rack for the B rig, and installing new snake system. We're replacing the snake system with a one off the C rig. It got pretty beat up, so just kind of getting things through this next little run, and then I'll do some major work on it come the fall after we finish this last couple shows. But got that in. Head in tomorrow. Actually fire it up, plug the kit in, and do the test, make sure it all works properly, and then finish up getting the B rig packed up and all the little whatnots I gotta do for that thing, and I'll be done with that until we actually go to Mexico. So I'll have a month to fill about and do something else in Los Angeles. Had a couple questions today, which I'll get to right now, and then I'll finish off my other little tidbits of the day or whatever. So Gwen had asked me if I would exhibit my photos. I haven't yet. I would love to exhibit. There are some pieces that they're very much would work in gallery pieces. My abstract work is something that actually Rick was really impressed with. Gwen also asked if I would do exhibit with Rick. Our work is really, really different, so I don't think that would quite, that would just be shoehorning stuff in. I would love to get my stuff out to his gallery, though, or the gallery works with, and see if they want to put a piece up or two. But we'll see how that might. I might bug him about that this summer as the summer progresses, and see if we just send a few pieces off. Although I know the buyer booker with the gallery, so I could probably just email him and go, hey, would you be interested in these? But yeah, I would love to do an actual exhibit. That's like high on my list of things I desperately want to do as a photographer. Getting published more would be nice as well. I have been published a few things. Haven't really had my fashion work published though. So that's something I would love to get done. I've had some rock photography stuff, but I think getting published as a fashion photographer would be really awesome. So that's on the agenda, on the wish list. Robert wanted me to ask me, do I make any money off the shoots? Do I pay models, or is it all for mutual experience and fun? It's kind of a little bit of everything, actually. Some shoots I get paid for. Generally, if I'm getting paid for shoots, you guys don't see those photos because those photos go to the client, so I don't really post that kind of stuff. I have a few corporate clients I work with, and if I work with them, they have the right to the shots. At least that's the deals I work out with them. So, they do with them what they want, and I don't post them on social media. So it kind of depends on the shoots. Some, like the shoot I did a couple days ago with my friend Katherine, who I'll post a couple more photos at the very end of this one. I think a couple of them I can actually do with showing on Facebook, on YouTube. That was a continuation of a trade shoot. So I shot with Katherine a lot. She's a good friend of mine. And we had shot probably 6 months ago for a Patreon page that she had set up. So we did like a pretty long shoot. And the idea was, because I was shooting her concepts, we're going to do a trade shoot. And typically with those works is basically each person has equal rights to it. But what we decided to do is I give her the rights to that, and then we do a shoot for me, which I have the rights to. So that was what we did yesterday, or day before yesterday. But realistically, there's I send her from the shots anyway, so because I'm kind of like that. I like to get the work out there, and thankfully my day job pays the lion's share of my bills and the lion's share of my camera gear purchases, so I can afford to do some things just for fun. But I do get paid some shoots, and I do pay for some shoots. I definitely believe in paying people for their time. And paying other artists. So if I have an opportunity to hire a model or a makeup artist or whatever, I like to do that. just I think it's kind of a karmic thing. I think a lot of art gets devalued so much, and especially like on the end that I work in, like in the photography kind of world, it's everybody assumes everything's free. It's kind of like what happened with music in like the late '90s with MP3 downloads and everything. It went from it being a commodity to it's just okay to steal stuff and okay to be free. I don't think necessarily it's the photography isn't quite the point where people just we've kind of moved past the idea of everything's to steal stuff, but there's a thing that because everybody has a smartphone, everybody thinks they're a photographer, and so the idea of paying somebody to shoot is changed quite a bit, and the market has definitely fallen out. I mean, I've met quite like really big name photographers who work for a lot less than I did even 10 years ago, just because people assume they can get stuff for free or cheap these days. Or like I have a friend of mine who's been looking at like e-commerce gigs quite a bit the last few years, and he'll go on job interviews, and he's a really talented photographer, and they'll end up hiring like their intern with an iPhone. Oh, it's good enough, and it's just people assume it's good enough. In reality, the photos are shit, but because it's the person behind the lens, not the gear that matters. But everybody just kind of assumes that because they have a camera in their pocket now, they can take a really good shot when all the skill is in the lighting and the composition. All that being said, I obviously shoot with stuff that's better than my phone. I do shoot with my phone because iPhone 7 Plus, kick-ass camera, like it quite a bit. But I also have a couple other really stupidly expensive kick-ass cameras as well, and I prefer to shoot those if I can. I'm just rambling. I kind of want to get something off real quick, though, to end my little evening thing here. My latest Netflix obsession while I'm waiting for Defenders to come out. Turn. It's that show with AMC, it's like Washington Spies, I think it was the sub-headline or subtitle. I remember seeing the previous this when it came out. I don't have cable, so I watch stuff when it's a year behind, whatever it's on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. And at the time I was just like, I just wasn't interested. I've never been a big AMC guy. Haven't got The Walking Dead and all of that. But on a lark tonight, I thought, I'll give it a shot, and it's really quite addicting. I'm really in the show. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in season 1. It's just kind of been playing in the background while I've been editing. But really, really cool. So if you guys haven't checked it out, I'd give at least a thumb 3/4 up. Worthwhile at least watch a couple episodes and see what you think. Good production value, good acting, good scripts. What more can you ask for? If I have any more questions I missed here, let's see. I think that's probably it for... Yeah, sorry. That'd be it for questions on that I can at least currently see on the old YouTube page here. I am going to throw a couple shots up from the Katherine shoot here, and then I shall see you guys tomorrow with more lovely updates of my interesting life with my backdrop here behind me. Hope you guys have a great day. Catch you tomorrow.